Alrighty, hey everyone, welcome back to the layout. I'll just give everyone a few seconds to join, and then I'll talk about what we'll do tonight. I have sort of short time tonight. It's going to be probably right at an hour, which is why I actually did want to get a bit of scenery substructure work done, but I feel like that would have eaten up the whole time, and I know people like to see trains running, so we're going to run trains once again. But we'll actually see some things that we haven't yet. I have some... Let me move you guys here. I have a few cars to pick up in Crawford. So we're going to run our manifest freight up here, sitting at the top of the grade. We'll run that down grade. We got some cars to pick up in Crawford along the way. And then I also have helpers sitting in the helper pocket. So we'll run our coal train, which is sitting at the mouth of the yard there. We'll run that all the way up the grade, attach some helpers, and then bring it all the way up to Belmont here, and then run the helpers back down grade. So that will be the plan for tonight. Here's a quick look at everything that's... You guys have probably already seen this. This is where I am right now with the scenery substructure. I've left the area around the tunnel portals open, obviously, because I still need to do some work in there. But I have over here started to paint the rails. I'm going to try to get the rails painted and the ballast down before I get the tunnel liner in there. And then once the tunnel liner's in there and we got the portal situated, I'll wrap the scenery around it. But that doesn't mean I can't work on the stuff around it at the same time either. So I got the little third tiers up there on our terraced rock cuts, both there and there's another one there. I started to tape things up so that it'll make it easier when I start to add plaster to fill in the cracks. And then here's a section really quick to show you guys. You know, it looks all glossy now, but that's because I've already put a layer of wood glue over the top of this, which does a couple things. A, it waterproofs it, and B, it actually makes it quite stiff. So this section I'll need to add some plaster, but there are a few areas where I've put a ton of cardboard supports underneath it, and in that case, the glue honestly is enough. And all the glue does is just make sure when you put your either your plaster or when you're painting on like the white glue for your scenery, that doesn't cause the paper to sag. So once this dries, this is pretty much the shape that it'll hold. So it looks kind of stupid with wood glue on there because it looks all glossy, but once we get that wood glue on there and it's dried, then we can pretty much move on to scenery unless I need to add a layer of plaster. So anyway, that's all that's happened really since last time, I think. And one of these times, hopefully next week, I will show some of the next steps, the process of getting that touched up. But it's really straightforward. You'll see like there's some seams here, right? So that I will cover with some plaster. I use 3M Patch Plus Primer. It's sort of this flexible, foamy plaster. So that'll cover the seams to make sure everything's smoothed out. And then someone asked if I paint that afterwards. I don't. I cover everything in dirt, and that's another. I need to show a video on how I make my dirt, but I just make sure that it's thoroughly covered with dirt, and I haven't had any problems with that. So generally you do want to paint the subsurface or whatever, the surface of your layout before you put scenery on it, because you don't want that showing through. But if you put a really solid or thorough layer of scenery on top of that, it shouldn't be a problem. So I've just sort of cut that step out just to save time. But I wouldn't take shortcuts if I thought it wasn't going to work out well. But so far the scenery I've done, I've had no problems not painting it. So yeah, I actually use a combination of real dirt and plaster compound. The problem with real dirt is that once it's inside and it gets glued, it gets really dark. So if you mix in some powdered plaster, you can lighten up the color really easily. And that's how I do it. Although I've transitioned to not even using real dirt as the base. I've done it with just plaster and colored tempera paints. So anyway, yeah, it looks like a bunch of people are on now. So for those of you who have just joined, the really only new things I have are I've started to put the paper substructure on the third tier of our rock cuts. I said that I painted this in wood glue, so that's all almost ready for scenery once I get some plaster on there. And this is pretty much where it was last time. You can now see the road a little better. And then what we're going to do tonight, I haven't had a ton of time to work on the layout. This has been midterm week, or the last 2 weeks really, so I haven't been down here at all really. But here's what we're going to do as the operating scheme tonight. We have our manifest freight sitting at the top of the grade there in Belmont. So we're going to run that down grade, and then there are some cars sitting over there in Crawford that need to be picked up. And then we have our coal train down here at the very bottom of the layout in the yard. We're going to run that up the grade, and then I have some helpers which will attach for the climb up to Belmont. So we'll get at least 2 trains running, and again, I only have about an hour to do this, so we'll wrap up right around 10. So anyway, go ahead, guys, ask some questions. That's all we're going to do tonight. I'll try to have something planned for next week, like an activity, whether that be scenery or someone asked about building a structure. So we'll do something interesting in addition to running trains next week. But tonight, let's just run some things around and have a fun impromptu operating session. So let's get started. I gotta check the battery. This is always a problem. But I actually remembered to bring the charger down this time, so we shouldn't have any problems there. Alrighty, let me think what I want to do first. Let's let me sorry. So there's our helper power. We'll get that running here in a bit. We got our coal train down here in the yard, so let us run this up to the siding first. Or how do I want to do this, actually? I didn't think this through. Let's run the manifest down first. Then we'll deal with that guy. Alrighty, so here's our manifest freight. Let's get it started up here. See if I can get you in a good position. It's a pretty cool angle. Alrighty. Ugh. I'm just gonna stop it here. I guess we'll just use the crossover. I was cleaning the main line and forgot to switch the turnout. And I thought as well that maybe we could fit the train in here without fouling the main line, or without fouling the road. Which I think, actually, we got the space back here. We probably could do that. But why be proper when you can be quick? So let us just leave this here. That'll give us a bit of room to pull these cars back, but I don't really care. Okay, so we got, shoot, my bad. These 3 cars here to pick up. Just a reminder that these are all for sale on my eBay page. eBay username is Class 1 Custom, and the link for those is actually in the last layout update. So if you're interested in those, there's still about a day or so left to bid. So just thought I'd let you know. But where's my tripod? I'll grab the tripod here, and we'll shuffle these cars around. Ugh. Alright, hold up. And this is the helper power here. We got a City Rail ES44AC and this AC4400 old Athearn unit that's been really beat up. It's missing handrails and stuff. I have all the details. That was like a shipping incident from, I don't know, probably 6 years ago at this point, but it is just a dummy locomotive right now. But we will use those for our helper power. But I'm going to set you guys down so that I don't shake the camera the whole time. And I will start doing stuff. Alright. Oh shit. Put you guys on the charger here. This will give me some more walking around time later. Hopefully. Alright. There we go. Yeah, I guess that's smart. Yeah, Carl's right. I should probably do that. I'm honestly not trying to be prototypical here tonight, at least. I'm just trying to fit the time limit. But the least I could do is clear the road, so why don't we do that? My whole point putting it over here is because I thought, yeah, I could pull this further up so that I could have more space moving these cars and we could avoid fouling the road, so why don't I? Check there. Okay, what the heck? I don't remember what the safe operating distance from the grade crossing is. Something like on a siding or double track section, you have to have it a certain amount away from the grade crossing. I can't remember if it's like 500 feet or something, but I think we're in violation of that. However, I don't care for tonight. We'll pretend that the road's blocked off. So now we'll send these guys through the crossover. Hey there, Chris. Thanks for tuning in. Someone asked. Hold up. Someone asked, where was it? What the heck? Oh, lighting for the lower level. I am using LED strips. There are 600 LEDs per roll. I don't remember the exact name of them, but really quick, this is... Let me get you guys off here. They look like that. So they're super bright. I tried to get the most neutral white I could. Warm white is too warm. Cool white often looks too purple, so I tried to find something close that just looked like daylight. And I think on camera sometimes the lower and upper level lighting look more different than they actually are in person. They're actually very close, but the camera I use for layout updates tends to accentuate the difference. So, is that you, John Parker? Awesome. It is an honor to have you checking out the layout. Glad you like it. I've taken a lot of inspiration from the Fall River Division, so that's pretty cool. Only got 40 minutes left, so let me try to get this going. Awesome. That's really cool. Glad you stopped in. Still a lot of work to do, but that's the fun of it, so. Oh my god, I forgot to drop the cars. Hold up. Don't text and drive. The official NMRA uncoupling tool, the mechanical pencil. It works like a third of the time. There we go. Yeah, eventually I will have operating grade crossings and all that. I actually have one pair of NJ International gates, but I don't have them installed yet, so. And currently no signals either. All that, but I have all the, oh, someone, actually I'll do that this time. Someone asked for me to do a quick look at the control panel, because I do have the sub-bus wiring, like probably 80% in place. I'm still working on it, so the signals should just be plug and play when I get them. So there won't be any work aside from just like filling in ballast and making sure they look good on the top side, but wiring should be a breeze. I have most of that on the underside of the layout already. But it's just one of those budget things where it's either, I don't know, get the main line finished or start putting in signals. But we all have those issues, so I'm gonna swing locomotives down on this end. We'll pick up the cars and then push them back past the crossover. Here's what it looks like from above, in case anyone was curious. Still got to do the ballast over here too. That'll be pretty easy. And I think that grain complex will be pretty cool too. Of course, you guys aren't in my head, so you don't know what it'll look like, but it's nice to have at least that structure for right now. So I will get working on that soon. Where are we? Other questions? Oh yeah, actually, and then Carl asked about this. That's actually from my old layout, the previous one. That was the cement plant, and just recently, like maybe a couple months ago, I just cut it in half because that was actually the perfect depth on the backdrop. And then I have some styrene. I'm gonna scratch build a couple silos on either end, or probably one on each end. And then I got to repaint that and put the piping details. Probably gonna get rid of the doors on either end, but anyway, still a lot to do on that, but it gives you an idea of what'll go there. Just getting back through comments here. Hello, Greg. Welcome back, everyone. Sparky, how's it going? All right, so I'll put you guys back down here. We'll get to work. It's so hard not to be shaky with like 12 frames per second. Thanks for stopping in, Michael. Glad you enjoy it. This rarely gets used. Glad to hear, Mike. Thanks for stopping in. Someone asked what the percentage of your grade from top to bottom is. I should do the math. I can't remember what I don't know what the average grade is. But like the ruling grade, or sorry, yeah, the peak grade of the upper level is like 2.5% for like a few feet, and then the lower level probably maxes out at like 1.8% or something. And then someone asked if there's a dead section of track here, and in fact there is. It stops right about where the plow is on that locomotive, so I can't really push back further than that. Yeah, so the trailing unit here is an Intermountain ES44C4 from a few years ago, and then the Dash 9 on the lead is scale trains that I got a few weeks ago. And actually that second unit is my friend's, BNSF Railfans, but we haven't been out to the layout in a year now, so there isn't really much to update on. No, someone asked about a helix. It's actually, there's no helix on the layout, it's just sort of a continuous climb. Of course, what you're looking at right here, this is all flat, and then the yard's all flat. Anywhere where there's an industry, or like the top of the grade, so like, let me turn you guys. This is the peak of Crawford Hill up here. This is at Belmont, so it starts to flatten out right in here. This, though, that you see down below is actually a climb. That's about 1.8%. But again, everything off to the right here is just pretty much flat until you get about in here and things start to go upgrade. So that's how we get between levels. It's about 100 feet of mainline for each level, and spacing wise, probably around 16 inches average. So the lower level down here is pretty low. This is at like 38 inches, but that's nice for the yard to be able to like reach over it and see everything. This is the lowest point of the upper level then, and this is right about 53 inches. And then at the top of the grade, so the left side here, this is the top of the grade for the upper and lower level. Lower level at the top is right around 49 inches, and up above, that's like 66 inches. So that's pretty tall. I'm 6'2", so I can pretty easily see the top there, but not everyone can. So I'll have to build a bench or something. Anyway, we got this guy all situated and parked up here. I'm actually going to have him hold here on the main line, and we'll have our coal train come upgrade. And actually, now that I'm thinking about this, I guess it made sense to put this over here. Of course, I'm fouling the main line. Again, don't care. Or the road. But for now, that'll have to do. Let's get our coal train running down there, and then we'll use our helper power, push them upgrade, and then this manifest will be free to head downgrade. I could have him go down now and use the reverse loop. There's all sorts of ways I could make the trains meet, but I'm just going to hold it here because it's only me running trains. So anyway, let's drop down to the lower level. Gotta slide ya. There we go. Nah, I don't like the way the lights look right there. Okay, we'll keep it here. Fuck. I really need to adjust the volume on my locomotives. Those scale train locomotives come from the factory so loud, and I've just been super lazy, haven't gotten to reprogramming that. Because this Athearn unit here also has a lock sound decoder, but obviously it's much quieter, so I turned off our -9 for now. I guess I should ring the bell through the yard. Hold on, guys. Had an incident down here. Alrighty, here we go. Nope, I don't have ground throws in throughout the yard, and I also have a DPU back there that was coming down grade, so I think some of the cars pushed one of the switch points open, but I took care of that. I also have, inexplicably, a coupler right behind our lead locomotives over there. It's a McHenry coupler, and it also is missing its spring, which just spells trouble. So you'd think that with all the time I spend on this layout, I would have those things figured out, but I guess until we have real operations, I'll just live with it. I guess I should have the DPU running. Don't know why I had sound off. There we go. Yeah. Oh, don't do this to me. Carl. Oops. Carl brought up a good point that I was going to have the trains meet down here, but what the heck? Okay. But right now I cannot because I don't have the siding. Oh, sorry. Don't have the siding through Westminster Junction complete yet, so. Of course, I eventually will. And then we will be able to do a meet if we have a fairly short train. But you guys will be able to see here, this is the end of the siding. I have been considering moving the curve back through into the curve a little more using a curved turnout, which would give me a bit more space. Because right now I'm not even sure this coal train will fit. Now it's a fairly short coal train. I'm running 22 cars, which, I don't know, that's pretty good. I guess for this layout it fits. It looks correct in a scene, if you know what I mean. The room's not super long. We're only at like probably 24 feet total length, and the longest straight section of track I have is probably right at 20 feet. So trains don't need to be too long to look complete, but yeah, so this train wouldn't fit in the siding unless I rearrange it. Here again, though, is a look at Westminster Junction. I haven't done anything more with the paper, so it just looks really stupid right now. But if you check out my last layout update, you should be able to see a pretty cool glimpse of what it's supposed to look like from the prototype. There's our DPU. Someone asked minimum radius. I run 26-inch minimum. That's tighter than I'd like to, but I feel like that's probably true for most people. You just got to do what you got to do. So 26 inches, like the inside curve here is 26. The end of the peninsula is also 26. But other than that, that's really the only place I use 26. Everywhere else I try to keep wider. I have no idea what the curve is up there. It's pretty wide, probably 50 inches or so. But 26 inches will at least fit all rolling stock that I know of, unless you're running like really long passenger cars, which I don't plan on. But auto racks work fine. All the locomotives run fine on 26, so. So there's the upper track through Westminster Junction. And now that you guys see that, let's pop back over to Crawford. So that's where the train leaves the lower level. And if we turn around here, and I'll try not to give you guys motion sickness, we will head to... Hello, Dennis. Yay, you did make one. That's good. I didn't cancel on you. We'll head back over here to Crawford, which is where our train will come out. And I'll have to be like not stupid and make sure we have the crossover lined properly, which we do now. We're ready. Kind of parked the manifest a little close, but we'll deal with it. Sorry, I missed some comments a while back ago. Someone asked about the SD70 ACE, if that was the one I needed replacement trucks for, and indeed it is. I finally figured out, I didn't do it before this session, but if I just like run the heck out of that locomotive, just like lift it off the track slightly and get the motor running at like full speed for a few minutes, it's weird, it's like it needs to be warmed up, because then everything works pretty well. So just hold on a second. So I'm probably going to couple up here. The locomotives will still be on the turnouts, which I guess, I don't know if that's recommended, probably not. But I just wanted to show you, I stopped this train a little short. I could probably move it up a bit, but there's the turnout for the helper pocket right there. There's the back of our train. And right now it's lined up, of course, beside our manifest, and then it comes up right around over here, and we still have a bit of space that we could move up into, because there's the end of the siding, so could probably move to the end of the blue tape, but I'm not going to do that. So let's couple up our helper locomotives, which I just fired up, and then we'll head upgrade. All the while I will get our manifest freight rolling as well. So I know on your end you have a good 10 frames per second and like 360p resolution, so it's probably not super pleasant. All right. Yeah, and I'm just gonna We're just gonna screw up the road for now. Again. Alright, 1321. What are we doing? Backwards, right? Where is my... Alrighty, so in case anyone's curious, this is my cab control throttle. So what I'm going to do here is we're going to go to... Because I don't have a second throttle, so eventually this will be manned helper operations. But right now, since it's not, I can't do that. So we'll just add these as a DPU, and to do that, I'll go to our Coltrane consist. I'll hit edit locomotive. For some reason, it doesn't say edit consist, but same idea. And then you can see there's our locomotives. They're all facing the same way. So we're going to add 1321, which is our helper locomotive, but it is backwards. So we'll switch the direction, and then I hit save. And it is already consist or speed match, so we're all set there. I will go back to our lead locomotive, which was back, what the heck? Where was that? 9131, there we go. And now we're set to go, so. And away we go. I need to get the trailing light on the city rail unit, but I didn't program that, so. Yeah, I tried to set up JMRI and the smartphone cab apps, but I don't have a way to get the, currently I don't have a way to get the home network down here, which means that I can't do any of the JMRI stuff, because I can't run that off of the ESU system's Wi-Fi. I need to get a home network to do that. So I need to get like a Wi-Fi repeater or something that I can bring down here and plug in, but I'll get that working sometime. Just not right now. Yeah, I don't have DPU mode set up because this was a like off-the-shelf ESU Select decoder, so it didn't come programmed with those functions. I gotta do that, or like the lighting hasn't been properly mapped yet, so still gotta do that. But all the other like factory units, like from Scale Trains and all that, I know that those have DPU mode. Oh, that's a new perspective. Also, you guys probably noticed that I haven't been running the notches of the prime movers prototypically, and the heck. Only reason for that is that not all the locomotives in this consist have ESU lockdown decoders with the drive hold feature. So I've been taking my time to program all the ESU decoders I have to have the whatever it's called, the like straight to 8 feature as well as straight to idle. That way if I have locomotives in a consist that don't have drive hold, I can still run them either in idle or notch 8 when needed. Because obviously when I'm heading up Crawford Hill, I need things to be in notch 8, and at least tonight I haven't been doing that. And same thing going downgrade, I should have those in dynamics, but I think the ESU GE dynamics kind of suck, so I don't screw with that. I usually just put them in idle, but again, I can't do that tonight because I haven't programmed everything to be able to do that. Okay, so here's our train. It's topped the grade now, as you can see, and on the real Crawford we have helper units that cut off on the fly, but because that goes around a corner and into the staging room and it's just a dead end, and right now I don't have much of the staging yard complete, I can't really do that. So I'm going to park them for now and have these guys roll back down grade, and while I do that, we're going to have our Manifest roll out of town. So we are wrapping up here, but yeah, people are asking about the brown paper. I just like it because it's cheap. Unless you can find free foam, which I know some people do, like dumpster diving, and that's pretty cool. I would definitely do that. But foam kind of takes its own shape as long as you create the rough outline with some profile boards. Then the paper sort of does the trick. And what I like about the paper is it's not a cardboard lattice, so you don't have to use... Well, you can. If you'd like, you can put on top of that plaster gauze sheets, but you can also just do the wood glue and then the paper construction. And actually, John Parker, who was on this stream earlier and maybe still is, I don't know, you should check out his layout. I'm sure all of you have seen it. It's the BNSF Fall River Division. I actually got the the paper scenery idea from him, and he shared his secrets. So I have taken that and run with it. And hello there, Arthur. Bradley DCC, thank you for tuning in. We are just wrapping up here, but let me get this guy rolling down grade. Once this one gets to the yard, then I'm gonna have to take off. But here we go. Yeah, no, it's not frozen. Nothing happening right now. Oh yeah, I'm a big fan. I like that Spirit of Ravenna. It's pretty cool. I think the CSX Tier 4s with the angled exhaust and the full white PTC array look pretty cool. Alright, just a second guys, I'm trying to get the helpers detached here, so I go there, edit, remove from consist, okay, save, 1321. Whoa, connect here. Hold on a second, here comes the train, guys. So here's Westminster Junction for you. Ducking into the tunnel there. That'll be pretty cool. Meanwhile, here are our helpers coming back to the helper pocket. Ugh. And finally, here comes our manifest back to the yard. Yeah, sorry, Vinny, Sparky. Got behind on the comments here, but no, right now I just have the couplers completely on there. I haven't cut them or anything, so and then Bradley DCC asking about Lock Sound version 5, Loc Sound version 5, sorry. I actually like them. I think, I mean, functionality-wise, I don't notice a ton different. It seems like motor control is just as good as ever. But I do really like the sound files, so I can't wait to see what else they come out with for the version 5. I think the 7FDL16 sounds great. Yeah, and it'll be cool if they just keep pumping out more sound files. And I hope they don't shy away, too, from just, like, doing versions upon versions of the same prime mover, because it just depends on, you know, sometimes the way a certain prototype locomotive is running, or even, like, the weather conditions that day, where they record from, that creates different sounds. And I hope, actually, they do more Tier 2/3 GEVO recordings, because they still haven't gotten the air-to-air intercooler sound right yet. Again, what's great about Loc Sound is I need to correct myself. What's great about Loc Sound is that you can upload your own sound files, but I just haven't done that yet, so yeah. And actually, I think it'd be good if they did another Tier 4, because I think the sounds on the Tier 4 prime mover are subtle, but I honestly think they sound great, especially in the high notches. But you can actually hear that GE chug in, like, the lower notches, as long as the acoustics are good and it's not getting drowned out by other things. Okay. Well, guys, I'm going to wrap up here. I said it'd be right about an hour, and that's all I have time for. So we're at 64 minutes here. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I think it was a pretty good one. We got to see some helper action, as well as a little bit of switching up here in Crawford. And honestly, this is a fun little switching area. I'm going to like that once I get some more scenery in. As I said, next Friday, I'll be back again. I'm on spring break, so that'll mean I'll be down here a lot, hopefully getting quite a bit of work done. And we will try to show something in addition to running trains. I'll have more than an hour, so we'll probably start next week with something such as doing a little more prep on the scenery substructure, or even actually doing a bit of scenery, showing you how I do my dirt and all that. I might try to get a section that's like a gradient of completion, so I can show you a step on each or show you the process on each step. That's what I wanted to say. but then we'll also run some trains. So again, always comment if there's anything you want me to show you. Be sure to check out my most recent layout update, and also final reminder that these 3 cars here at the front of our manifest, these are for sale on eBay. So my username is Class1 Custom, or you can go to the last layout update. The link is there. I'll also post a link in this video once it uploads to YouTube in a few minutes. So again, thank you everyone for stopping in. It was great. We saw some new faces tonight. Or I guess I didn't see your faces, but you commented, so it was great to hear from you. Always appreciate the comments. I really enjoy these, honestly. It's just fun to be able to interact with you guys live. So, alrighty, gonna sign off here. Thanks for stopping in, and again, be here again next week, next Friday at 9 p.m. Eastern, and we'll do this again.